Son of the Return of the Revenge.
Basically, what the hell just happened?
So,
oh my god.
I tried again to take down Zeellott's crazy tanky Kanan list, and I probably could have done quite well. On paper, this list looks really good. It just became very quickly apparent. If you see the video, the link will be in the description. That I just don't know what I'm doing with this list. I'm kind of like dog at the computer, and I need to fly it a few more times before I get a good feel for it. But I feel like it could really pay for itself.
I think so too. I think it's a solid list. Everyone derps the first time they fly a list. Usually, I mean, it's really hard to know exactly how to fly a list when you haven't flown those ships together before, or let alone two of that type of ship. You've only flown it once before, and now you're flying two of them together. It's so, it is what it is. It was just that happens. I think that list would have actually taken me out, and I even expressed that at the beginning. I think it was just sheer coincidence that you flew the way you did, and I was able to just get right in behind you and hurt you. Personally, what I would have done with the Y-Wing is I would have charged like right past my guys. I would have slow rolled it first.
Yep.
Tried to get that range 3 or even 2 shot off.
Yep. What I did, I didn't get any shots off with him because I was too busy being like, I'm an idiot, and flying all over.
Yeah, even right there, you had an opportunity to fly straight at me, and actually at a range 2 on Chewie, you would have been able to do it.
I was afraid I was only going to get range 1 and that I wouldn't be able to stack anything really on you. So,
but turning away from these ships, the problem is these ships are just as fast as anything else in the game because they're a large base.
My idea was to turn away and then K-turn, but then I realized I turned too tight, and if I K-turned, I was going to fall off the board. And I was like, well, now I'm stuck. Now I have to run.
True. I mean, the K-turn would have helped. I was actually scared of that list. I thought for sure you're going to come at me with the Y-Wing, stress out Kanan, and just focus him down till he's dead.
Well, that was going to be the idea.
I think if that happened, you would have taken out this list.
That was going to be the idea, was to deny Kanan as much action as possible and stack a bunch of stress on him, deal damage with the HLC and Eaden's ability, and just be like, pummel, 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 pummel. Good, he's down. Chewie, I'm coming for you now. Yeah.
Because, I mean, once you stress out my ships, I either, like when you're face on, I either have to turn around doing a slow roll 90s, right? Because I'm stressed, so I'm not going to K. And by that time, you keep going straight with your Y-Wing.
I should have just forward.
You fly right through and past, and then you keep going, because then all of a sudden I'm way back. I still have to swing around, and by that time you're shedding your stress swinging around again.
Yeah.
And you would have only taken 3 or 4 hits, probably, right? Realistically,
I'd still be alive.
You'd still be alive, shooting again.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way I've seen that ship flown is super aggressive right off the bat. Stack a couple stress, fly past, and fly hard past.
I think I was so used to flying them with the TLT and nothing else that I was like, oh, I'll just turn this way. It's not a big deal. Wait, no, I don't have that out of arc attack.
Yeah.
I'm focused forward.
Yeah,
oh, fuck, I'm totally
you gotta play him like a dogfighter.
What I should have done is, instead of trying to come up here and being like, I'm sneaky and coming through the asteroid field, I should have just pushed straight up.
Straight at me.
Past you, and then turn through the asteroid field.
Exactly. You pass. You do you try and get that range 2 or 3 in the first pass, because that's what sets up the rest of your guys, right? And your rest of your guys, you don't want flying away either.
Nope.
You want them to be able to keep focus fire, their turrets, so you pass also. And then you slowly swing around. You're still getting shots while you're slowly swinging around, unless you want a K-turn.
Yep.
And you know what? For them, they can take the stress and just K-turn.
Yep.
Because actions to them aren't as critical.
Yeah, because that big base just gives them more reach.
Right? And
And the
the two defense dice were pretty solid for you.
It worked good. I mean, between the 2 defense dice and their 10 hit points, they tanked up pretty good.
Yeah, I only took one down to half
I never really had to turtle
the shields
them.
out.
Yeah, I never really had to turtle either of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I won on time on an attrition build. I think that one would actually do very well.
Well, again, if I'd flown it properly, yes, because you really in the first pass you have to try and take out the Y-Wing. And in the meantime, Eaden is taking advantage of the stress that he's slung, and then he should, where is he? Yeah, he should be slinging 4 dice with that heavy laser cannon because he should be following behind Eaden.
I mean, you did a good job in pulling me through the asteroids, but it wasn't enough.
Next time when I set up, say my opponent sets up on the corner, I set up opposite corner and turn towards him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
and everybody goes that way.
You know, not that big of a deal if you take some stress right off the bat over some debris.
No, not a huge problem.
Because you're trying to focus fire on whoever.
Now, I think the
Y-Wing
catches different obstacles. First. I'm going to bring 2 debris and my little asteroid. That big asteroid, that fucked me. It fucked you, but it fucked me first. So,
oh, I couldn't believe that.
That was so close.
All I had to. It was literally a hair's breadth.
And you know what? I think the bump here kind of caused.
It caused everything.
The calamity on this side of the board. We've left the ships here because we've decided that
we're going to try and work this out.
We're going to try and figure out if either of them could ever do a maneuver to actually get off of each other.
Okay, so I'm going to try. He had the...
So, long story short, if you're joining us just for the analysis and you didn't watch the video, that will be linked in the description. We were coming up here on this side of the board. I was on a piece of debris, double stressed. So I revealed a green bank, and I ended up basically here. And caused him to collide me here. Now, what this meant...
you bumped me, and then that wasn't that it. No,
you bumped me. I moved up, shed one of my stress.
Oh yeah.
And then you bumped me because I'm a 3 or a 2.
It was just I just barely bumped.
Just barely,
I
just
thought
enough.
I was just gonna
right on the corners.
Right on the corners.
He was literally a millimeter, and then neither of us could figure out a maneuver that would actually get each other past each other.
Yeah.
Without flying off the board.
And it was, I didn't want to, I should have tried as a 390, just tried it, what the hell.
Yep.
And nope.
No, you'd have
way.
could I have done
I could tell, because a base, you can only, if you have a 390 doesn't get past.
So even a 390.
An angled base, a 390 won't get past an angled base. The base has to be
390 right off the board like the dick.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try a 4 straight because that's capable of doing a 4 straight.
Here you go. Yeah. Nope. Off the board.
Off the board.
Yep.
Off the board.
So really, there's no move you could do. A 2, we tried 2s and 1s, and that's not enough to get past. A 3 bank wasn't enough. He actually came, like, again, millimeters over the back corner of my tile.
Yeah.
He couldn't
enough. I mean, it was a good half centimeter, really,
yeah.
but still, like, it couldn't be done.
Really
it
tight.
was a bump.
So we want to know, because we couldn't find anything, how in the hell do you resolve that conundrum? What do you do? What do you do? What do you guys do for it? Do you roll some dice and let somebody shift a little bit to allow the other guy to go past? Do you do it based on pilot skill?
Yeah, we want to hear some house rules because this is such an unusual situation. I don't even know if anyone will have house rules.
I'm gonna have to comb the FAQ later and see what I find.
This was so bizarre.
We'll
getting
talk
stuck
about
like that. I've never had that happen.
We'll discuss it perhaps at the next analysis. Yeah, I mean, that was just such a weird thing to have happened
in a time match. That really hurt you.
Yeah.
Because that was your big damage dealer taken out of the fight.
I know.
Even though it was my huge gun. My huge gun was undamaged with worth lots of...
But at least he wasn't shooting either.
Yeah.
So, damage dealer for damage dealer. But in the end, Chewie out-tanked me because 3 dice offense is better than 2 dice defense and 2 dice offense. I mean, as much as that 2 dice helps me, it's an unreliable armor.
If you took out Chewie with your guy, eventually you'd be able to just keep flying in circles at range 3, sniping at Kanan until he's dead.
My idea was honestly what I should have done instead of turning to chase Chewie, I'd have been like, I'm coming around this way instead and come at
and trying taking more points off him
and hit you down to more than half.
Yeah.
So use the HLC at range 3, right?
That was weird.
It was just such a strange thing that almost never happens.
Yeah, and that was like
neither of us are going to commit suicide.
Like only halfway into it too, not even near the end, because we were stuck there for 3 solid rounds, I believe.
2.
Was it only 2?
2 rounds.
I thought it was 3.
We'll have to consult the video later, but I only think it was 2. It might have been 3. Well, let us know in the comments, those of you who watched the video.
That was just
again,
trippy.
Your Kanan list is still solid though, buddy.
Well, hey, I'll take the win. I think tonight doesn't show what the capabilities of the list that you put together actually are.
In the hands tonight of a more practiced pilot, it probably would have shown some incredible control and damage dealing potential.
I think you can take my list out with this list. It's kind of a hard counter. It just the strategy would be to just go after Kanan so hard. Like with just frickin' everything.
It's kind of the same idea. I didn't fly it right at all. It's kind of the same idea with any list based on the Stressbot Y-Wing. Joust. Chase your opponent for that first round.
Yeah, even, you know what? If one of you guys bump, okay. Well, that means...
shoot at the other!
That means, or if you got to get in his way, and you didn't use Intelligent Agent.
I didn't feel, honestly, like any time I didn't know where you were going.
Okay. Well... Fair enough, and it pretty much showed too, because I mean.
So I'm probably going to drop Intelligence Agent for now, and either run it
better
1 point short.
It's better against small aces, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah, because
it's 1 or 2, isn't it?
I mean, it's great. It's great on a large ship like that because it's like, oh, I need to barrel roll right frickin' here because that's where you're going to land.
Where are you going to be? Now the only thing is, it's at the start. You may choose one enemy ship at range 1 to 2. If you may look at that ship's chosen maneuver. Okay.
Yeah. So you haven't even done your move in action yet.
No, at the start of the activation phase, after we've
look at somebody's dial
and be like, well, I guess I'll be doing that action. So.
Because bumping and him not shooting is way better, especially against a high-powered ace.
Yep.
Forcing a bump on a high-powered ace is always worth it with a middling pilot. Regardless of who that middling pilot is. Yeah. So you're not only restricting his action, which can be brutal for some aces, relying on action big time,
like
right?
Fell
to trigger a bunch of stuff, right? And he can't shoot you because you're bumped him. He's got to shoot somebody else.
Yeah.
And nobody else is
outside
in the
of your big base, so that usually puts it outside of range 1 of another guy.
Well, the thing too is you had 2 ships that could barrel roll, knowing where an ace could potentially be.
Yeah.
So it's like, especially if you're flying them close together, it's like, well, I got a huge gambit of where I can land these ships.
If I free up Intelligence Agent, that gives me either 1 point for bid.
Which
doesn't matter because I'm low pilot.
2, 3, and 4. You're gonna get some matchups, but not a lot.
Or 1 other point as either crew or modification. No, missile's not worth it either. Yeah. So you know what? I can't really think of another single point crew. Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't know if he's 1 point though. The mercenary co-pilot. At range, if you're shooting at range 3, turn 1 of your hits into a crit.
Oh, possibly.
Because he's going to be using the heavy laser cannon at range 3.
Let's see.
That might be worthwhile. Oh, hold on. But yeah, I think you're right. I think I'll run it with Intelligence Agent and try to use it.
Yeah, you'd be surprised on how effective that can be to screw up aces. This build, not so much like you're saying, because it's like, well,
Middling.
I knew where you're going anyway, so it was just a waste of 1 point. But it's not. It's not a waste of 1 point.
It's
against
good
other,
against rounding the list out.
Yeah, against other lists, that makes it solid.
Yeah.
And it helps against this list too. I'm not saying it's not effective. Because forcing a bump on Kanan again is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like even sacrificing Eaden, sacrificing one of your guys to cause Kanan to bump is a huge thing. Especially one of your turret chips. That's what you're trying to do. Because then you're still getting a shot at my secondary guy.
Point.
Right? So it's only, and then everyone else stays away from Kanan to just be able to shoot him, right?
Well, again, the idea is to take the range 3 strategy.
Yep. Yep, the range 3 strategy, but yeah, with your other two guys at range 3, with your other two guys at range 3, it makes a big difference. So you charge in there with one of your, you charge in there, probably with Eaden, to tell you the truth. Because you want to get that 4-dice
Eaden
shot.
needs to get in and get the 4-dice shot at range 1.
Yeah, so at the very beginning, he needs to get right in there, right?
So it should be
and potentially
Eaden and the Y-Wing, and then the Wild Space Fringer following up behind and being like, sweet, you've stripped some shields, now I'm going to hit him real hard.
Yeah, so Eaden tries to take the lead. Everyone slow rolls in behind Eaden, and then you'll be just out of range 3 on the first round unless you're up against some guys that move 5 and boost, right?
Yep.
And then the second round, everyone just slow rolls.
Yep.
Does a freaking 1.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
And, takes no actions. Oh, well.
Yep.
Your build is not based on actions. Your build is getting on shots, right? Just shots.
Yeah, I don't care about actions. I got 2 dice defense and 10 health. I don't care about actions in the early game.
It's nice. And you're only going to... One of your guys is probably 1 or 2 might get actions, right? But keeping them back, like... imagine setting up some crazy thing like that with like with another guy bumped in behind, always getting the shot, right? Yeah. It would be like, I mean, that could happen, but it's highly unlikely.
The idea, I think, in the end, where'd the peg go? There's a peg here. There's a peg. My idea, which never really materialized, because I'm a poor pilot, was to basically fly them like, sort of like that.
Yep.
With the Y-Wing out like this.
Yep, that's fine.
In some, sort of thing like that.
That's exactly what I would do too. Eaden would be the one potentially causing a bump.
Yep. Now the only problem is he moves first.
So he's going to bump. I know.
Then he moves. So it made it difficult to make that happen.
I know.
Now I do have a different idea.
Does either of them have a elite pilot?
No. They're not toilet seats, man. Come on.
I know. Because if Eaden had one, you'd spend nothing and just do it. Versus what the hell is the new one? Adaptability. Yeah. And then knock him down 1, and then this guy goes first.
I would make him a 2, but I don't know how to.
Or this guy goes first, right?
Yeah,
I should say. Yeah.
It almost makes me think.
How many points? So there's nobody else.
He's 38 points currently. He is 34 points, and he is 28 points.
God damn. You did get the heavy laser off once.
Yeah, just.
But it didn't. It didn't materialize.
No.
Yeah, I think you stripped a. No, I think you got 2 shields, didn't you? Or 1 shield.
2 shields off.
Yeah, which is okay. I mean,
it did some damage, but I didn't shoot it enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, I would have kept the Y-Wing at the back, and then do a pass, and then K-turn. The only problem is the Y-Wing doesn't K-turn.
Actually,
after it
these
gets
two
all
need
its stress.
to do that, and the Y-Wing needs to fall in behind them.
Yeah, even spread out enough so that he can sneak through. if need be?
Yeah,
Because they might have to K-turn, and he might have to go do a straight
so
2 or something, or straight
so they're
3.
sort of spread out a bit. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Eventually, you do want to get Eaden in there closer, but
And
I don't know if you want to cause your other guy to
None
bump
of
so
them
much.
have stuff that triggers for each other at range 1, I don't think. Janor's is 1 to 3, so that's not a problem. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. So when I place next time, it should be
separated enough to make some good space for the Y-Wing.
And these guys come out at an angle.
Well, I was thinking, space them out even more then. Well, they all do. Everyone does. Well, no.
But then the Y-Wing comes in behind.
Yeah, so you can do the Y-Wing at the max somewhere right around there.
Yeah. These two guys, and so these two guys will blast forward.
So they would be something like that.
I think their fastest is 4. Yeah, their fastest is a 4, which is still pretty good. So they'd 4 towards the enemy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unless the enemy started here. Side of the board. Unless he started here.
From the opposite side of the board.
Yeah. If so, then you're cranking.
I would have started.
Then you're cranking a nut, right?
Yeah. So that's a 4 there. He would do a 4.
Yeah, they'd all do a 4.
Well, no.
Or no, those two would. Yeah, the Y-Wing actually hangs back enough so that
and he would do
he's going to guarantee his multiple range 2 attacks potentially.
That's right. And then the next. Now this is probably not going to get anybody shots.
No.
The next round.
These guys move fast again. Well, not this guy. This guy moves fast. This guy moves average. And, well, actually, both of them maybe move slow. This guy moves fast.
This guy moves fast. These two move a little slower, so he'd move a 4.
Because he wants to be, you smack into me, buddy.
And then,
if he can. He should be able to, though. Because he is low enough pilot.
If they're coming at me from the other side of the board.
If they're coming straight.
But I would say, for example...
Well, no, I mean...
If they're coming at me, if they're at an angle, or start over here, and they...
they're coming in that angle, then you're gonna be heading right into them.
I would be banking.
You'd be banking.
So I'd be doing the bank with him.
You'd be doing as far of a bank as you can.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is where it gets tricky.
Again, if they come up the side or they come in around this way, if they're coming from, say, more in the middle of the board, I would bank up that way or straight up that way.
So banking a large ship and a small ship together is very tricky. It's easier doing a small and a small together because then the one beside it only has to progress by 1.
I know.
So in this case, he would have to do a 3.
And then the other guy would do a 2, right?
Well, he could do a 3 too, but he would probably collide. Oh no, he'd be okay. He'd be okay.
Enough room.
I think he'd do a 3 also because he is a small base, so he has less throw.
Yep.
Even though it's the same angle of like the same overall center to center.
Yep.
Because that center is tighter in a sense, like a large base would be out here and out here.
Yeah.
Right? So you're covering more space in the large base, so you'd actually when you're beside a large base, you have to make sure that you have enough space between you to do those banks.
To actually pull the bank off.
Yeah. He's going to have a tougher time going that way.
That's okay. Because he moves first, I think it'll be easier for me to give him a nice big maneuver to catch up to Eaden.
At this point, you're probably looking at somewhere around there for ships.
Yep.
Now. Like this round... Eaden's gonna take some damage.
So next round, following, Eaden's gonna take some. He takes some hits or be collided against somebody.
Yeah.
At least one.
And he's
gonna get some stress in.
He might get a shot off if somebody's collided with Eaden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close or collided with.
Well, he will get shots off. I'm just thinking range if he's.
He'll get the range 2.
He'll get range 2 shots off, and that's what you need for your stress?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, that's what I need for the
Period.
TLT.
Right, for the TLT, yes.
Stress is a trade-off with R3A2.
So at this point, he's going to get a solid shot, a full on both at range 2 or 3, but who cares? You're going to apply 2 stress.
2 dice primary, and then 3 dice for 1, 3 dice for 1.
Hopefully he's bumped. He would take well, first off, you would have done your frickin' intelligent agent every round that you can if you're at range 1 to 2. You probably couldn't have at this point, but you might have with Eaden. It all depends, right, at this point. Anyway, since you couldn't, let's just say you kind of got to guess where the guy's going to land. Potentially, it's probably a pretty easy guess that where they're going to be.
Like, large ships like yours, I knew exactly. I've flown against this list enough. I knew exactly where you were going to go.
And barrel rolling, if you have to, is a good maneuver for him. If
getting into people's way.
Getting into people's way. So Eaden is the blocker in this list.
You're right.
This guy has to hang back, or else he's useless. Well, he's not useless, but I mean, then you've got 7 wasted points.
Okay, what I'm going to do then is swap Janors onto him and the intelligence agent onto Eaden so that Eaden gets better positioning ability because it's range 1 to 2 of Eaden as opposed to 1 to 2 of him.
Yeah, but Eaden, it's good to have that evade on him though because he is the target.
Okay. He'll never be outside of range 3.
Oh, true.
Because Janors is 1
because Aiden's going to go down first. You want Janors to stick around,
Eaden
really.
The stress bot is going to go down first.
Yeah, so I mean, you trade off the intelligence agent eventually for Janors. I would too.
Yeah.
So that's a good call there. But other than that, I think you keep the list the way it is.
I think
and
you're
just fly it different.
I need to fly it properly.
Because
not fly it well.
This pattern here is death in my eyes. I would have been fucked if I came up against you and I bumped this guy.
It would have been a very different game.
If I had bumped with the ghost in the first contact, or the first corner when we're jousting, he would have had 2 stress on him. He would have had probably 4 or 5 shields potentially.
Probably, I would say average 3 shields because
because you're going to focus. I'm
going to say 1 maybe from the primary and 1 from the TLT, and he's going to get 2.
And these guys almost always focus unless he barrel rolls.
They focus.
Focus. You were target locking a lot, but that was because you're going after the wrong ship, in my opinion.
Yeah.
With this build. But that would be the strategy against that freaking ship.
Yep.
Is smoke into him with Eaden. These guys are following up behind. It's really hard to fly all the different pilot levels, though,
it's the
right?
strategy with anybody of low enough or higher pilot skill than him, which is most builds lately.
Yeah.
There's at least 1 ace. Nobody's flying swarms so much anymore.
No.
He's a 3, and if I win initiative, then he moves before the toilet seat.
I know you're probably going to object to this.
Yep.
What I would also just suggest, but what happens is you could get fired on first, but I think in this build it doesn't matter. I would switch him down to a pilot skill 2 ship. And because he would move after, or he would move before Eaden. That kind of hurts.
No, I think he's still good at a 4. I want him dealing stress before other people shoot.
I was just thinking because if you wanted to, that would give you, I think it's 2 more points, wasn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
And then...
Gold Squadron pilot instead, and I'll stack that up. Where are you? Y-Wings. Y-Wing. Gold Squadron. There you are. Turret. TLT. Almost tempted to swap that out for an Ion. And, sorry, that's wrong title. BTL. Astromech. R3A2. There we go. So, yeah, I got 2 points then. I don't know what I can actually put that into that's useful with this right now.
Yeah, unless you swap out, like, Intelligence Agent for
For who? Who?
For Kyle Katarn.
Oh, maybe.
Because
after you remove a stress token from your ship, you may assign a focus token to your ship.
If you know, I mean,
yeah,
because he's probably going to have to frickin' K turn quite a bit, right? Or he will be K turning.
I don't think
it's only going to kick off once or twice.
I don't think I should drop him from gray to gold.
Yeah.
I think the pilot skill 4 is fine.
Okay.
That means he reveals after the other two have moved. It makes it easier for me to slow roll after them.
There's a way.
Even if I bump behind them, that's fine.
Only if there's a way you can't fit sensor jammer on, because advanced sensor on.
No, I got no slot for it.
Something like him would have been perfect.
I got no slot for any of that. I'd have to roll instead of
or on Eaden. Eaden would have been awesome for.
There's nothing I can
like
roll
that.
Instead of the A-wing, instead of the Y-wing that can do what it can do.
What about? Hang on. What about okay? So if we stripped intelligent agents off,
yeah,
we drop this guy down. It's 2 points, so that's 3 points we have to play with.
Yeah.
How much is experimental interface? 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's not enough.
We'd have to drop like Jan Ors.
And I don't have any cards that have action.
Yeah, we'd have to drop Jan Ors for an action card.
Yeah, and I don't really have anything I could add because I have no pilot talents on them. And most of the stuff that has action is pilot talent oriented or on your dial or on your...
Yeah, there's not too many... There's not too many like Lando is, but I don't think we have enough points.
Worth it. Or having the Gray Squadron pilot, I think.
Yeah, you can't because unless you change up your turret.
I kind of want him shooting first anyway. What is it? R3A2 and the title BTL-A4, and then put now with 1 point, I could also put, say, instead of intelligence agent, I got also stuff like Harris and Dula. Or chopper or bombardier. Yeah, okay. You know what?
Hera's okay.
Num.
Num.
All street maneuvers is green maneuvers.
That's not bad. He's only got the one red maneuver, right?
No.
I mean, they don't stress that often. Only when they
can. On the Falcon, not really worth it on the or Zeb.
If you got multiple.
Oh. Enemy ships inside your firing arc that you are touching are not considered to be touching when either you or they activate during the combat phase.
Oh,
and he bumps.
So he goes on
instead
Eaden.
of intelligence agent on Eaden. And
how much is he?
1 point.
Yeah.
Can I borrow him?
Yeah, that totally. That makes more sense. Although it's hard. It'll be if you're good enough at reading where the ace is going to land. That's great.
Yep. Inside your firing arc. So only the ships that are
inside
my arc, and so I can choose how to bump a guy.
Yeah.
So that I'm facing the right one.
If you want to shoot at one guy.
Yeah.
Because if you bump him and he's not facing you, he's not shooting at you, right? Unless he's got a turret too.
Nope. Okay, that might work.
Because you're going to bump with him. You're going to bump with him.
You know, is it sad that I just want to fly it with intelligence agent next time and verify whether or not it's...
Well, it all depends.
Do I need to guess positioning, or do I want to make sure that I can hurt somebody for potentially 4 dice in my arc?
Like, I really like the...
I think actually Zeb is a good call.
I really like Zeb because you're smashing into guys,
and
hopefully that are stressed.
He shot first and stacked a bunch of stress on him, and then he gets a chance to shoot. That's 4 dice, and I'm touching you.
Yeah, because he is the guy that you're going to smash into guys with, right?
Yeah. So
that makes sense. And then...
now, I can't go face-to-face with a ghost like that, because 5 dice in response is painful.
Well, no. You're not going to go face-to-face. If you can clip him on an angle...
Yeah.
Or from the rear if he doesn't have it docked, then you're just taking the whatever turret he's got, right?
Yep.
So... That's not 5 dice.
Well, if I collide with you, say like this, yes. Like this, No.
Right.
You might get 3.
Yeah.
From your dorsal turret.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get 4.
Yeah.
And I got 2 dice defense.
And all he'd have is sensor jam.
So
Especially if he bumped into you, right?
Yeah.
That's all they'd have is sensor jam.
You know what? That would be fine if I was coming at you from the side, but I'm not coming at you from the side.
No, not at the beginning. Eventually, you will be.
Yeah, but it doesn't make enough sense to have Zeb, because Zeb is not. You may trigger. It's enemy ships inside your firing arc.
Oh yeah.
You must.
It is. You can fire at each other.
Yeah, and that's not always a good thing.
Well.
It
would have been interesting if that's what you had on him when we were stuck. We would have been him with no defense.
Yeah.
And you would do 3 dice. You'd be getting 3 dice.
Yeah, you'd have been.
And I'd be getting 5 dice
versus my 2.
And my only sensor jammer.
And your sensor jammer. So yeah, you know what? You would have gotten enough.
He had a lot of health left. I don't know. It would have been close. I think it would have came down
attrition,
to whoever rolled really good on damage. I think
it would have come down to one more turn. I could have killed you, but you killed me first.
I think it was going to be. So
I am going to go for now with the intelligence agent to do the prescient blocking as opposed to the really smashy fist in the face.
Okay. But I still wouldn't run away from the initial joust like that.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, that was so dumb. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like,
you can't get around ships that are the same speed as you because they keep going the same speed coming around at you, right? And then if you expose your rear to a guy that is facing you and doesn't need to turn around. If you don't K-turn immediately, which you have to do, you have to K-turn immediately.
Yep.
If you can't do that, you are fucked if you can't get around fast enough.
Yep.
So
that's the idea, is especially once the joust is over, he sails off.
And
comes out and around.
And slow rolls. And comes back into the fight eventually.
These guys go, whoop,
K-turn.
And come right back at wherever you've gone to.
Yep.
And while they're busy hammering away, once he comes around, hopefully banked around a couple times,
he'll miss a couple.
He'll blast in and take a couple shots. But he doesn't have to hit to sling stress.
I know, and that's the thing, because if they're not going after him right away, which they might or they might not. Like personally, I would still be for this build. That guy is a killer.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's action denial, which is great.
So I would still go hard after him, but and if that's the case, then these guys, that's fine. They let them go past and K-turn and follow, right?
Yeah, and come right with them.
Yeah. But you let it get too far, let me get in too close, and then you're screwed. You couldn't K-turn.
No.
You couldn't. And then by that time you had multiple stress stacked up.
Oh, and he was just doomed. He couldn't get out, and that's why I was like, goodbye, Y-Wing, bye.
Yeah, in that case, I would have, like where you set up and where I set up.
Yeah.
After I'd set up, you should have came right at me.
I should have come parallel to the asteroid and debris field.
And then done a K-turn, like flew past and done a K-turn.
Done a K-turn with these guys, and the Y-Wing would have come
up. And the Y-Wing would have just
back through the
kept
asteroid
going.
field a bit.
Yeah.
And probably 2 turns, maybe 3 turns out, and then come back and start dishing some more stuff.
And the thing is, if everyone turns and then tries coming at the Y-Wing next right away, then that's fine.
Hopefully at that point, these guys have shed that stress from their K-turn, and they're now chasing you.
Yeah. And they probably won't even be getting a shot off on the Y-Wing on the second, because the Y-Wing,
hopefully, if he's done his job right, will be out and around and gone.
Yeah,
the idea is to come in for the initial joust, either move past them or slow roll or turn out something to sort of get away.
And then these guys
K-turn
immediately K-turn. They don't keep flying with the Y-Wing. The Y-Wing's on his own after the first
They try to K-turn past whatever ships that they've got in the way of.
Yeah, and then they just keep trying. Eaden keeps trying to get in the way of whatever ship that he can. Land in front of... Keep using the... You got to use... Remember, the beginning of activation, before anyone reveals, right before you reveal, think of intelligent agent.
Yeah.
So right before you reveal,
right before
you reveal, do it. If you can do intelligence agent, do it.
Yeah.
There's no penalty for it.
Nope, it's not a bad thing.
And it gives you it should give you an advantage to know where somebody's going to be so that you can barrel roll into that spot, right?
Exactly.
I mean, and then you got your other guy going hard against the guy that just, the ghost.
Yep.
He's now, the ghost hopefully is stressed by this point. He just took 2 stress. So he's still got a stress on him.
Yep.
After you K-turned.
Whatever ace I happen to be trying to nail down.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other thing is I need to, of all 3 ships, completely focus on one target to begin with. And you go sort of the biggest threat.
Mm-hmm.
Fell or the ghost or whatever else.
Stress it out, kill it. Yeah, stress it out, and then the other guys just pounce on it like fucking vultures.
Totally.
And while the other
Y-Wing
just fucks off. Because what happens then, if they all chase the Y-Wing, it's like, okay, well, you got 2 big turret ships following them now.
Yeah.
And then that gives you, then the advantage turns into yours, right?
Yeah.
Because now you're chasing them. They have to actually get into a position to K-turn. Or, hopefully you've been able to deal enough stress to one of them where you've really fucked it now because you've come in behind it now and you're getting 7 dice from 2 guys.
On myself and I'm stacking stress on him.
Yeah. And you've so Fell could be hurting if he jousts like that. If you catch a guy jousting like that, and it can happen. It's unlikely to happen on a ship like Fell, but it's a lot more likely to happen on like a typical another Y-Wing or a B-Wing or a T-65, anything that really any sort of large ship too.
Yep.
Because most of them,
for example, because he loses his token.
A lot of them can't boost or barrel roll, right?
You can't get it back.
Like these ships barrel roll, but how many large ships can barrel roll? On their dial.
Iggy.
Nope.
Iggy can't? No, he's got boost and that slip turn. The toilet seat. Them in the toilet seat.
Yeah.
I can't think of it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Those 2 ships. And you know what? Those 2 ships are kind of very similar.
Yep.
The YT-2400 and the toilet seat are very similar. I think the toilet seats have an edge in the way of...
now, here's an idea. Maybe...
what
about a flechette
cannon? You can put on them.
And the Outrider title. Would that work?
Oh, really? Oh, no, because if they're already stressed, they don't take a stress, isn't it? No, not the cannon.
If this attack hits, the defender suffers 1 damage, and if the defender is not stressed, it also receives 1 stress token.
But you can stress multiple ships that way.
It could.
And it helps out, who is that?
It helps out Eaden.
Yeah, it helps out Eaden.
And
that frees up a ton of points. And
it's a 1 to 3.
Yeah.
I only deal 1 damage with it, though.
You get to shoot all the time. I know, but that's not the point of it. You're shooting at whoever isn't stressed because of the Y-Wing. So you're putting multiple stress.
Now, do I do the title then as well so that I can use it as a turret? 1 to 3? I don't have a donut hole.
Do you have the points, though?
Yeah. That would, if I strip off the heavy laser cannon instead, the title and flechette cannon are the same cost, 7 points.
Very interesting. That means you can only do 1 point of damage, but
if you don't already have a stress, have a stress.
Yeah.
At the end of the turn. So he just sort of pokes at people from out the edge of the...
He flies back with, or he might even fly with the... No, he
flies with the Y-Wing,
flies,
and he shoots whatever the Y-Wing didn't.
No, I think, you know what?
You know what?
No. He flies with Eaden. He flies with Eaden still. Because he applies stress to whoever Eaden is shooting.
No.
But he doesn't shoot fast enough. I know.
He does it at the end. So you know what? No, the heavy laser cannon on him is actually better cost.
More damage.
Ion cannon, not worth it because he doesn't shoot soon enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Heavy laser cannon it is.
Well, ion.
If I...
Ion's different. Ion is control.
I could Mangler cannon on the one guy and ion cannon on the other guy.
Oh, right.
So I would Mangler cannon on Eaden and ion cannon on the Fringer.
Oh, unless you got rid of the intelligence agent, you could put ion cannon on both of them.
Well, that's fine. I don't want to. No, I could put ion cannon on both anyway.
No.
Because ion cannon is only 3.
I'm thinking of... No, you know what I'm thinking of? Mangler on both of them.
Oh, yeah. Is that worth it in a joust?
Getting rid of intelligence agent and heavy laser cannon.
To do dual Manglers.
Because he adds... It's not... Oh, primary. Nope. You're not going to put it on.
Oh, you're right.
You're not going to put it on, or else it fries his ability.
He doesn't want any guns.
He doesn't need any guns. So that gives you 3 points. How much does the Outrider title cost?
5.
Damn.
I know, right?
So you're 1 point shy unless you got rid of Janor's 2, or you kept intelligence agent.
I could drop intelligence agent and do ion cannon and outrider on him, and be like zapping people with the ion cannon.
That's kind of funny.
Last attack, and you get an ion.
Because it doesn't matter if they're stressed. Against the stress dude, he can never de-stress. Oh!
That's a turret. 1 to 2.
Oh!
No, it's an ion cannon. 1 to 3.
Yeah. He can never de-stress.
I'm going to try that.
Wow!
So you deal the stress, you do extra damage from the stress, and you hit him with the ion cannon so that he can't de-stress.
Because he's got to do a 1-way.
Not the... Well, no.
Well, against a large, it would take a bit. Two
I keep stacking it, and I keep stacking it, and I keep stacking it.
Woo! Against a medium ship. Against a small ship. That
could be brutal.
It's a fucking brutal combo, I think.
Okay, I'm going to try that. I
mean, it's not... It really reduces the amount of damage you're going to do. And it really...
Like, this is
but
it becomes a serious...
A total control list.
Serious control.
You take one ship and you harshly screw it. So it can only fly in one direction and not take any actions.
That takes intelligence agent off of Eaden, which is fine. He's just a blocker. Makes him cheap, too. The heavy laser cannon comes off there, and that gets replaced with the title and a ion cannon. And he does his twin laser turret stress thing. Stress for stress. There you go. Okay. I think.
And potential damage. I mean,
a bit.
If
he strips a little shield.
It's a bunch of dice.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of dice when he attacks.
2 dice. I can only ever do a maximum of 4 damage because of the TLTs.
Yeah.
So
unless you get 2 crits from your primary and fluke out, right?
So yeah, I know. I think I'll try that. I'll try that modification to it on Thursday.
It's interesting. It reduces the damage, but it increases the control.
Yeah.
Like by a lot, because
especially having it as a turret.
If you can catch a guy that's stressed, which is fairly likely, there's going to be a guy stressed if you fly it right and get a shot off.
These two definitely fly together now.
Yeah. And he flies, he tries blocking.
He collides with things.
You're going to fly these offset because he's going to remember you don't want them colliding, so he's going to flip, and then this guy's going to flip.
Depending on where you go, so even if you're center of the board, I'm going to push right to the outside.
Yeah, and you're never going to get in front of him.
No.
If you
and Eaden will always start inner, so that he can push out.
Yeah.
And the other guys can push up.
Yeah. Yeah, because any way you go,
Aiden's going to go, and then these guys are going to follow slow.
Unless if he's
gonna
at that,
turn up there, and
if he starts up there afterward, then you got to turn hard with everyone.
Well, if he starts over there,
you're correct. Well, no, because you're going to be putting most of your ships first because they're low pilot.
okay,
right?
point. So yeah, you know what? So I choose then.
That's what I'm saying. You always choose a specific way with them because, chances are you're going to be placing first. So, I would do a corner on an angle.
You know what? Yeah.
Whatever corner you're comfortable with, whatever one has the least amount of debris in front of it right away.
And you start push right to the corner with this dude. You get Eaden over here. You put the Gray Squadron pilot back with the other guy here. Or sort of like that even. Give them enough room. Well, no, you need to give them enough room. So you need at least 2 thumbs. There we go. And then Eaden's going to move like straight up as far as he can.
Yeah. Because you know what?
If you just if you just have to change the angles a little bit, it's still fine as long as you give enough room for Eaden to get out of the way.
The first round, you might even want to say,
start it tight.
Who fucking cares with obstacles at all
3,
in the first round?
3.
Right? Like on the first round, who really cares? Especially if they're just debris. Unless you're rolling just shitty and getting crits on you and stuff from it. But the first round, okay, you now it's all about positioning after that, right? Because you're setting yourself up for the following rounds. The following round, you're gonna slow roll with these guys anyway, right?
Yep. Well, yeah,
and he's gonna do a medium. He's gonna do a medium green. These guys are gonna move like 1.
Yep.
He's gonna move a 2, shed his stress, and be really in their face on a 2, right? And these guys, because they're 1, they're going to be 2 back or so. They're both going to get to shoot.
Yep.
And
I think that's a good idea.
Because
he's going to sling stress, he's going to deal some damage, and then he will control whoever's left.
Yep. He's the one. Okay. He's the one. Your main damage dealer.
That's what I'm going to try.
Unfortunately, now the drawback to that is because the max damage he can ever do is 2 or 1.
Yep.
1 point. If your main damage dealer goes down right away,
I'm dead. I'm pretty much dead.
It could be. See, most people are going to freak out on him, though.
Yeah.
Most people are going to try and take him down hard, and that's why these guys keep going forward, and they fly past, right? And then they
turn back.
Then they turn back as fast as they can.
Yeah.
But he flies past K-turns and comes back hard as he K-turns immediately. So he's coming.
Can. Yeah.
Well, he should be able to.
He's not going to collide or something, yeah.
Yeah, he should be able to K-turn immediately. These guys are going to turn. They're not going to K-turn because he's going to be stressed.
You know what?
He might be able to K-turn, though.
You know what? I don't... if we were to drop this guy, we could probably do a different pilot other than Eaden, and I'd feel better about it. But I think I'm actually more partial to the heavy laser cannon build right now and dealing extra damage at the end of the round. It's potential to dispatch somebody at the end of the round. Yeah, I mean,
that's a huge problem. If he gets taken out right away, I think you're hurting then because he's
really
the biggest
awesome.
Damage then.
Yeah,
and you can't.
That's not good.
But then if that's the case, you can't keep doing your stress or you're screwed. You got to choose once to do it.
I know.
And take 1 stress. But the only problem is you're going to need a K-turn with him.
Well, yeah, and I'm going to stack at least 4 by the time he's done.
Yeah. So.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go with the heavy laser cannon intelligence agent build.
Yep.
For Thursday, I will try this list again. I think I'm gonna fly this for the next little while, actually.
So
at least Thursdays at the store.
Always remember when you're flying 2 ships side by side. If you're doing banking maneuvers, the inside ship can only move a 1 bank.
Mm-hmm. Because the other guy won't have enough.
The inside ship can only move a 1 bank. Let me stress that again. The outside ship can only move a 3 bank. If you cannot pull that off, don't bother.
Yeah.
The only other scenario is he does a 90 and then he banks. and that can work. 290s always work. They always work. You're not going to bump into each other.
Corner, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been really good. Thank you for helping me dissect this build. I will be flying, I think, this that we see here, the cards. It's down in the description. I will be flying that on Thursday. And giving, hopefully, Andrew the gears, but honestly, there's an equal opportunity for him to just totally gimp me up. He's going to show me a list that I've never thought of before, and I'm going to be like, holy shit, and he's going to tear me apart with it just like he did.
I think you'll fly better next time with these guys.
I think I will. I'm going to set up better. I'm going to fly better. I have a way better insight into how to fly the 2400.
So
I think this is going
just
to be good.
take that with you.
Yep.
Where's the dial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
I got him here. I got the 24s. Okay.
So, yeah.
So, again, we will see you guys hopefully on Thursday down at Curious 2. We will be recording down there, so we look forward to seeing you. Thanks again for watching our short, almost hour analysis video.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week.
Ciao for now.